What do you mean I'm not promoting?
You're not promoting individualism because you are choosing to prioritise dealing with crimes committed by people of certain religious or ethnic backgrounds in different orders.
Keeping up with it.
Just dealing with every single individual who does it. Like, at the end of the day, each victim is hurt regardless of the ethnic or religious and so on background of the assailant. So I don't think that the race or the religion and so on the assailant matters in the slightest way.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I will, let me say this counter, you know. So in that response of like, it's a case of when you consider that it's the radicals of Islam that do the things that they do, that's when you understand the problem. You know, look at all these really, really bad attacks. You know, look at the Southport. This is what they do when they're extreme. You know, when you look at that, when you look at the equivalent of someone that's a white native person, when do you see these people going into Manchester arenas and blowing themselves up? When do you see these going into Southport dance classes and stabbing people? See what I mean? This is why. Now, don't get me wrong. Let's say all crime is bad, and I want a system. I want a system where crime massively pays. In all honesty, like this is the reality of it. I want people that are deported. And if somebody, let's say somebody, we get a paedophile in this country that's born here. I would quite like to ship them to El Salvador, which would probably be a fate worse than what we would be deported them. Exactly. So it's that idea of the crime is bad. I would happily tackle it, you know. So, but the main thing is, when you're talking about this, we have to deal with this problem because we have 200,000 Salafi Muslims. We have the Muslim Brotherhood active here. No. That was for the grooming gangs. But the Salafi Muslims, that's a fact. You can Google that. No. I said the Salafi Muslims, 200,000. Yeah. The grooming gangs I was talking about. That's not the Salafi.
This conversation, you said that there were 40,000 Salafi Muslims and that you estimated that to be 200,000, but you just didn't Google it.
No. So that was the grooming gangs. So you can look it back. Honestly, it's on there anyway. You can look it back. That one was the grooming gangs. The Salafi, you can Google it on your phone right now. If you Google Salafi Muslims, how many Salafi Muslims in the UK? It will say between 100,000 and 200,000. Yeah. Yeah, and then you've also got the Muslim Brotherhood that is active here. The Muslim Brotherhood has been banned in all these Islamic countries for being too extreme, but we allow it to come here and we allow it to thrive, and we allow it to basically preach its bullshit. Yeah, and it is a complete problem. Yeah, do you see? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, are we agreed on that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at what the Salafi Muslims do. When you look into it further, Google will try and gaslight you a bit. But every single Muhammad Hijab, he's a Salafi Muslim. He openly turns around. He's had an interview the other month. We Muslims need to be the consequence. Islamophobia is massive, so we need to stop punishing these people. Punishing people for what? For questioning their religion. There's an interview about that. Do you want? Yeah, no worries.
Again, so you're saying that Salafi Muslims have beliefs that lead to crime, right?
But it leads to extremism. And extremism in this country, like I say, whether or not you believe in 9/11, look at what a small amount of them did in 9/11. Look at what a couple of them did in London, 7/7. Look at what happened on October the 7th in Israel. Regardless of what you want to talk about, we could have a long, lengthy conversation about Zionism and about how I think it heavily influences the West to the point where it's bad. But a lot of the victims on October the 7th in Israel had nothing to do with Zionism and were part of the many Israelites that were probably going to vote Benjamin Netanyahu out of office. They were innocent people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but these criminals, just because we have criminals in the UK, that is bad. If we have criminals that is a possibility to deport, we should do, because we'll have less criminals. What is the point in letting the criminals keep all our tax money? I'm sure you work, you pay tax. I work, I pay tax. Why should our tax money go to housing criminals? Why should it go to housing criminals? We should fuck them off. We have a pact with Pakistan where they would take any amount of criminals that have committed a crime in this country. We give them £10,000 and they say, right, what's the sentence? What have they done? Right, okay, this is our honour to you. This is what we're going to do, and they give it to us. We've had it in place for about 10 years. Why have none of them gone over there? Why have we not? We've not sent any of them over there because it's a corrupt system. It's a corrupt system, and Shabama Mahmood is going to be our next prime minister, and there is a plan for Muslims to take over in the UK. It's as simple as that. And the moderates will just stand around and take. Have you read the history of the Iranian Revolution? Have a look at it. It's exactly what's going on now. I won't bore you with it because it'll take hours, to be honest with you, and you won't take the thing. But if you look at the history of the Iranian Revolution, it was suicidal empathy. Everybody started to hate the king and hate the royal family in Iran. And this radical flipping sect then came up and said, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And suicidal empathy led to the Iranian uprising. And now look at what the Iranian government's done. I could take you to a place in Golders Green, and that mural is getting bigger by the day. It goes on the main road and it goes down the side street. It goes for fucking meters of all these different pictures, and they're adding to it every single day. That's what happens when radical Islam takes over. The moderate Muslims, if you can call them that. What's that? No. I'm not saying there's something bad about a mural. I'm saying look at the mural. Like the victims are massive. The amount of victims that are there.
People are dead.
Yeah.
They're putting the pictures up. They're putting the pictures of the dead person.
Yeah.
I don't know about the mural. I was thinking something else.
No. Honestly, have a look at it. Google it. Golders Green Memorial to the Iranians, right? And it is smashed up and it is attacked on a weekly basis. They are having to repair it all the time, right? But as you look at it, it goes on the main road and it's there, like there's a load of it. But then before you know it, it just goes straight down and it goes down as far as the eye can see.
So, yeah, I mean, put it this way, if you can find a mass of criminals who do not have leave to remain in the country.
But leave to remain's bullshit. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I apologise.
If you find a mass of criminals who do not have legal rights to remain in the country, that mass is one that deserves to be deported. I would agree with you completely. But for me, it's got to be criminals who are getting deported. Each an individual has to be a criminal, and I find it worrying that you're bringing up ideologies and interpretations of books potentially before those ideologies are even acted upon. Because as soon as they're acted upon and a crime is committed, you're saying that's what the ideologies do, then the ideology doesn't matter because the crime has been committed, right? I think that if I wanted to be annoying hard leftist or something like that, then I could say, well, hey, England football games cause a huge amount of domestic violence. We should ban the BBC from broadcasting. But
that's what about you, my friend. That's what about you. Do I say I agree? If you turn around and said to me, I'm starting a campaign about let's get rid of football thuggery, I would join up with you.
Oh, hang on, but you've said football thuggery, right? So, but I'm worried that if we make that analogy between our potential bodies, I would ban football thuggery, not football. Whereas I feel like in my position, you would ban football, not football thuggery.
Not necessarily, no. Like I say, it's a case of so everybody that's come here, right? On the boats, on the planes, whatever else, illegally, they are criminals, they need to be deported. The fact of the matter is, if we start looking down that route, the vast majority of people that would get deported would be Muslims because they're coming from Muslim countries. Yeah? When they're committing crimes on a disproportionate rate, that is Muslims. When they are going here and they are talking about this, when they are complicit, when the Muslim MPs, they are not talking about these problems that they've got, they are complicit. So the problem, unfortunately, is Islam because, like I say, it's this idea of you've got this. If you look at the English Constitution, which is like complete law, even before all of this, the Muslims shouldn't even be here. So do we bring it back to that so we can just get rid of all of them? Because that technically is law. but my argument will always be this, right? The illegals, get rid of them. The one when you talked about leave to remain, if we had an inquiry where I meant a lot of these people that we're here with leave to remain were here, we're here, is it criminal activity or something like that, or it was done unjustifiably, or it was done dishonestly. Let's say somebody was making personal gain. Let's say someone was making a shit ton of money, taking bribes to sign up on all these leave to remains. Should they be rendered invalid, and then should then that process start again?
I corrected leave to remain to illegally.
Yeah.
So like, I think that would cover.
No, that's a bit. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So in all honesty, there is argument there for the last 10, 15 years. For the vast majority of these people that have been leave to remain have been done under unjust causes. And sorry, I keep getting distracted with that over there. Sorry. Yeah, it's like so. This idea of the leave to remain people that are here, it's been undone justifiably. It's been done dishonestly. People have bribed their way towards leave to remain, and it shouldn't happen. People have used different schemes. And,
I think when we get to the specifics, actually, an interesting conversation. I just don't like the scale of your conclusions in a way.
Do you know what you need to do, fellas? I'm just listening to you. This young man here has got facts, figures, statistics, numbers, proof, in other words, of whatever he's saying. What the other side seem to do is just throw out comments without backing up the information. So if you can get some figures, some numbers, and some understanding of his numbers, that's what you need to do to have a real proper nailed down discussion. So if he says 50,000 people have committed rape in this country, you might say, yeah, but only 7% are Muslims or migrants. If that was the case, that's what you should be saying now. But he's winning the argument all day long because he is backing himself up with statistics, with numbers from the government official numbers. And you can't argue with numbers, can you?
yeah, that's the thing. And I said, this is the thing. I think.
No, you have to listen.
Yeah, I work for Guardian.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, well, actually,
You can do that as well, though.
I mean, it's right.
Firstly, I want to make the rebuttal to that, if that's can, and I wish he'd stay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to argue a principle of the law that would work against it. Not everything can be broken into statistics. There's no statistic that says that murder is wrong. It just is.
Well, yes, the laws that say murder is wrong.
That's not a statistic. It's not a number. So that's why I'm not. And also, like, yeah, you do have more numbers. And I'm not arguing.
And I will tell you, sorry to be interrupted there, but I'll say.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, no. So I was going to say, I'm backing up what you say here. I've done my research before here, so that I've got to accept that, and I hope the viewers can accept that as well. It's that idea of I've had to go away and do my research. So fair play, and that's what I'm saying. I'm backing up what you're saying. So I do apologise for interrupting you. I'm just saying I am on your side with that. Yeah,
I think the other thing is I've listened to you, and it's not the numbers that I'm disagreeing with. It's something stupid to disagree with numbers when I don't have any. So
yeah.
I understand. The listening to you, it's more educating me. But now you've given me the numbers, and I disagree with the conclusions that come to.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because like those numbers, as I think what I was going to say before I was interrupted by that is that you summarised Islam is the problem. We haven't talked about moderates, as you call them, because that's a huge number, and you'll know as well as I do that there are loads and loads Muslims in the UK.
They don't follow the Quran, so they're not Muslims. That's the reality of it. Like it's like when somebody turns back. So are they Christian? So it might be this. Yeah, this is it. Sorry, yeah.
I would say that religions do change over time.
Yeah,
as does atheist science changes over time because we start understanding and we start changing as excuses. I'm not religious myself.
yeah.
But,
This is where we all go wrong there, my friend. Sorry to put in, but like I say, in my opinion, a gay person could turn around and say he's Catholic. A gay person can't turn around and say they're Muslim. You know, a Muslim can't do the things that he can do and then claim to be Muslim. The vast majority of Muslims don't actually read the Quran. And this is why there's a problem with the moderates, because then the imams will come forward, the extremists will come forward, and we've seen it in history time and time again. We've seen it in Lebanon, we've seen it in Syria, we've seen it in Iran. When the extremists come out and say, this is what the Quran says, I'm going to kill everybody who's not the problem, the moderates step aside, or the moderates join in because they don't want to make it out. It's like, oh shit.
I'd say often the moderates do speak against, such as the leader of the United Arab Emirates, who's spoken out against brotherhood and in favour of America's attacking us.
So who's done it here? What predominant leader has done it here? In Europe, what predominant imam has spoke out against Muslims, against extremism, and spoke out against agreement against Islam? There's not. There's absolutely none. The problem is, and I'll say this, in some defence, the only time people have spoke out or have turned around and said, I'm different to everybody else, they've either been threatened or killed. There was one imam in, I think it was Belgium. I can't say for sure where it was, but you can research this. There was one gay imam who came out as gay. 24 hours later, he was beheaded on the streets of Europe.
And that's terrible.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Criminals
Yeah.
be punished regardless of why they commit the crime. The reasoning is not. Do you suggest that we ban the Quran altogether?
I mean, personally, I believe there should be some form of banning religion in public altogether. That's my honest opinion. While we have the problems that we have, just banning it altogether. Like I say, for me personally, I think society should go back to more to Christianity, if I'm being honest, because Christianity built. I didn't say, but this is the thing. I think if in an ideal world, but the public would start to go back to Christianity because Christian views actually shape this nation. But while we have this problem that we have, you know, like all these churches, they're all literally throwing the pride flags out. Nobody goes to church anymore because they've come out in public and they've waved around these pride flags and all this kind of shit. That doesn't agree with Christian values. It doesn't. Yeah, individuals can be that way. We have protected laws, but for now, until we get to grips with the situation, I think there should be a genuine ban to publicly demonstrating religion in public.
Okay. I think the core of the disagreement, not in a hostile way. You think that someone who values do not match everything within the religious scripture, the religion that they claim to be, can be of that religion. I think that the religion can and has done and will continue to change over time. I think that moderate Muslimism is every bit as much as radical community, because I think it's all about what someone believes as an individual. So I also think that Islam is still Christian.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. There are parts of their respective religious texts that certainly not support those parts of their values. I don't think that banishes and the religion itself. I don't think anyone talking about it.
Yeah, like I said, honestly, like religion has been watered down massively, and that's the problem. Like, just the fact that you have that opinion of it, it's like every club is an exclusive club. You have rules to get into that club. When you then break those rules, you're not part of that club anymore. And that's honestly how I see it. You know, if me and you had if I lived in Leeds right now and we had an exclusive club, let's say Fight Club, we would have our rules for Fight Club. You can't go against them. Religion is exactly the same. Religion is a structure and a textbook that turns around and says, this is how you should live. Yeah. Again, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that to some extent, I say. But Like I say, it's just been watered down massively. It's been watered down. People turn around and say, I can be trans and I can be a Muslim. I can be trans, I can be gay, I can be Christian. I'm sorry, mate. It's just completely against it.
I guess the reason I guess is because so I think all religion is man-made.
Oh, absolutely, it's man-made.
If
Yeah.
it's man-made,
Hmm.
then mankind, humans can decide the rules, and it seems like people have largely decided that the religion that their ancestors made can change, and it can change.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, right? So you get it a lot with Christianity. Yeah, yeah, we get a lot with Christianity. We get other things. The problem that all these religions have, their religious textbooks are written by multiple people with multiple ideas, and it's all been a collective idea of what you should be. The Quran is written by one man. That one man was a 7th century warlord who basically who created a religion through conquest. If you look at every single last thing, he turned around and says, you've heard the story of the Dajjal, yeah? The Dajjal in the Quran. Because you said you've read the Quran. Come on, the Dajjal is a massive, it's the end of times, yeah? So the Dajjal is when Jesus comes down and saves everybody. And the reason why he made up that story is so he could get a load of Christians to be involved with his cause. Yeah. He also promotes that the Jewish prophet is part of the Quran as well. But there's two conflicting different feelings. You wouldn't have those feelings in one book. Muhammad basically tried to get a load of people together for conquest. That was it. And the man had no morals. And that's what I'm saying. He built that book. That book was never going to be a big hit with modernization, with modern feelings, and with any kind of empathy when you have got a man who married a 6-year-old child of his best friend and said, I'm going to wait until she's 3 years later till I'm going to fuck her. I'm going to wait till she's 9 years old. You are basically living off the morals of that man. That's why my opinion is Islam needs to be completely expunged from the West. I would love to live in a world where Islam didn't exist. Don't get me wrong. But back to what you were saying before about I've got an extreme view, you've got your view. The reason why I think it's important is because I've got my view, you've got your view. At some point, somebody has to meet in the middle, because we, as a society, we have every single opportunity we've voted against mass deportations. We have voted to get out of Brexit. We have voted for controlled borders at every single opportunity. What's that? Yeah, but what? But that's and it's not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We voted for safer borders. We voted for everything, and in that time, the government's turned around and said, "Fuck you, I'm not interested." You know, we have never had Brexit. We've never had it. Yeah, we've never once had it. Yeah, we voted for secure borders. One of the main reasons we voted for Brexit was for secure borders. We didn't get those secure borders. Yeah, it's just fucking nonsense. So at some point, until we gain that extreme view, people aren't going to listen to the middle. So we say, this is our view. You've not listened to the middle point. So this is our extreme view. Now we're going to start doing the things that we need to do. If you want us to listen, you need to start looking back at the things that we did ask for, and you said no. Maybe there's some point we can meet in the middle. But for now, the government, nobody else, has allowed us to have that at all. And I hope we can agree on that.
Well, in terms of like, there's too much division between like two extremes, and that there's not enough people willing to set points from people that want to I mean, that's why I've sat down and had a conversation.
Fantastic, and I appreciate you for it.
That's all right. Yeah, no, in the past, I would have probably come and walked up.
No, sure. No, you think, well, that's your entitlement.
I think it's always worth having a conversation. It's not much everyday hostile when neither of us are going to go off to down in the street and change the
I mean, that's what I'm saying, but at some point, like I said, my kind of end goal is to help create a movement that is going to give us direct democracy in this country. Our system does not work. Like I say, you're 25, yeah? For the past 30 years, we've installed governments where they have not taken our views. Everything that we've asked them to do, they've not listened to. Not one. Yeah.
Which government did a job?
So Labour government did a crap job. Conservative did a crap job. Oh.
Can you think of a government that you like?
So at this moment in time, no, I can't think of one that I like. In history. To be honest with you, in history, you can. So there's some arguments for Thatcher government, but again, there's a lot of arguments against. There's certain areas that probably disagree with that.
No government can make 80 million people happy.
That's fair enough. But at the minute, for the past 30 years, our government has made 50 million people unhappy, 60 million people unhappy.
That definitely is true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The argument that I say, what has this Labour government done for anybody that's giving unity, that's giving hope for the future? All it's done is install issue after issue after issue, division after division, right? When a Muslim goes into a school, when a Muslim goes into a dance class, right, and kills a load of children, he was a Welsh choir boy who did nothing wrong. There was no talk of him by the Prime Minister to say it's Islamic extremism, we need to tackle it. When people turn around on the opposite side and then protest, it's far right thuggery. So why is it political on one side? And that's what I'm saying. It's to cause division, my friend. It's to cause absolute division.
What's happening over there?
I have no idea. Is that them gone now?
Yeah, I tried to tap your length. It's a good photo.
I saw.
There's a paratrooper there or something. And he went to say goodbye to him, so it was funny spot.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Because they're close the arm.
I think I've got to go now.
Yeah, no worries.
It's been an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I think I just think you've not convinced me that
That's fair.
grouping of criminals is important. I still think that every criminal should just be treated as an individual and punished.
No, I completely agree. So when we've got disproportionate things, you have to look at these factors. Like it's like, for example, criminology turns around and says we have to look at patterns.
So I think
We have to. Can we both agree on that? Criminology turns around and says we have to look at patterns. Why is crime being committed? Why is it that shoplifting is being committed on levels that we've never seen before? We can't just treat that as individuals. We've got to turn around and say, why is there such a rise in it? You know, why? Sorry. Why have rapes gone up exponentially since? And this is a fact. You can look at this. Why has rape gone up exponentially since we've allowed people to go on the boats? Since we've allowed people to come over, it's basically turned around and said, right, okay, immigration has gone up, and at that same time, rape has gone up the exact same curvature.
I would say it's more important that the economic stability has gone down. I think
That could be a factor.
and the police funding has gone down as well. Because I think that politics and principles should be based on ideals. And for me, an ideal is that no matter how many criminals there are, they can all be treated as individuals. Yeah, I can see why it's really difficult. I'm kind of the police thing with the biggest population. I don't think that we should try and take very murky, questionable shortcuts in order to try and get crime down. I think that there's too many dangers in that. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything here, but I think that group here, the possibility of discrimination that would make society worse. As well. Because there will be a lot of people who aren't willing to sit down and have a half-hour conversation about it.
Well, we've had a 55-minute one, so yeah.
No, so I think we've got to keep working towards the idea that every criminal always is treated as an individual, no matter how much crime there is. I think that's always going to how you act. So that's the way to get.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but it has been a good conversation.
No, yeah, definitely. But like I said, my main thing to you, you've got, in my opinion, this is, like I said, no disrespect, you've got suicidal empathy, which is not necessarily a bad thing overall, yeah? Suicidal empathy, like the empathy side of it is good. It's good. No, but that suicidal empathy of not addressing certain things, like, I appreciate what you're saying, and I appreciate the fact that you have got empathy, but when the suicidal empathy part comes into the fact that the downfall of society has basically coexisted alongside all this other stuff, like positive discrimination, allowing people to come over here to say that they're fleeing war, allowing all this other shit, it's all gone in hand. So it's suicidal empathy, yeah? And this is where I think get rid of that, and like I say, take down this, take down my YouTube channel, take a photograph of it, bring to me your stats, and we'll have a massive discussion in here. And then maybe if I come here again, we can come here and we can have another long conversation. But at some point, there is going to be mass civil unrest in this country. It's not been caused by us. Mass civil unrest in this country. Mass civil unrest.
Civil unrest.
Civil unrest, yeah. And it's not been caused by us. We will be part of it. I don't know what's going on over there. Right, yeah, so there's a load of stuff going off over there. But yeah, there's mass civil unrest in this country. People are at boiling point. People hate the society that's become the way it has. And the main thing is my advice to you is do your research, look at it, and then figure out which side you're going to be on. Because unfortunately, in a lot of wars, you don't have to pick a side. But when there's going to be something on this kind of scale, you have to pick a side. You have to understand it. For me, I look at the ideas of fair democracy. I look at this idea of, I'm happy for you to come here, but they have to work. Somebody who comes here illegally, or somebody comes here who's not been born in this country, should not be entitled to benefits, should not be entitled to any of that kind of stuff. But they allow that, you know, like we have our own problems with our own criminals, with our own people that don't have jobs. So why should we allow other people to come here and take those? Yeah. I don't kind of like to, but I say so that's what I'd ask you to go away for. But anyway, honestly, it's actually been a good chat. It's been a good chat. No worries. Have a good day. Yeah, and you.
That's it, mate. See you later, mate. You have a good one.
If you want, yeah. But I am massively sorry about that, guys. I would have said there was a protest here, but there wasn't much of one. There was like 4 people, all with their signs, and yeah, there wasn't really much to see. There was probably about 100 auditors, and there's obviously this guy. He came up respectfully. We had a good conversation, and that to me is what it's all about. But I don't know if you could hear the sound. I know there's a lot of wind. I don't know what the sound was like, but I hope you got quite a bit of that. Yeah, it was a bit of a washout. As you can see, there's not really much going on now. Yeah, we might go see somewhere else, see if there's anything we can do today. But yeah, you know, it was good. It was good. Hopefully, he'll go away, look at some of the facts I said. And thank you very much, Saxon, my brother. Thank you, GA. Thank you. I was worried. Like I say, I didn't have the microphone. I'll be honest with you. We came in, thought it was going to be a washout, but we had a good conversation, which was the main thing. That's you know, it's one of them. Like the main thing for me, and this is the problem. He was just another young lad who has got suicidal empathy, and it's not a bad thing. He's had his life. And that's that. We can't. Sorry, I keep getting distracted here. I do apologise. It's yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I don't know what's going on in the chat. I haven't been keeping on top of it, but I hope you've all been having a good, decent conversation. But yeah, so yeah, he's just a young lad. He was a nice guy, respectable, but just a suicidal empathy. You know, we have to get tough. We have to be a tough society to basically win our country back. You know, there's no point. Tough society, toughness, and strict rules bring prosperity. And yeah, there we go. Anyway, I've waffled on enough now. My brain's a bit gone. But anyway, I hope I've done all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Like I say, a bit of a washout here. We was expecting a large crowd. Everybody keeps saying to us, yeah, Leeds is going to be massive. But we got 2 lads here that they were expecting a fight, weren't you? This one, he was looking at he's got his gear, he's got his gym gear on ready for a fight. Nah, I get you. We're joking. Anyway, you have a fantastic day, everybody, and I hope you all got something out of that. I did. You know, it was good. Hopefully the young lad will reach out and get back to me, but we'll see. thank you ever so much for your support. I massively appreciate it. Honestly, I value every single last one of you. I didn't think I'd be in this position in this short space of time, but there's a lot of people on here that pushed me and helped me on the way. I'd like to see a bit more unity, if I'm being honest with you. It would be fantastic if we could all start building on friendships, because unfortunately, guys, bad stuff is coming. Bad stuff is absolutely coming. It's in the background, and we need to be prepared for it. We need to be unified for it. I know we've had our little spouts here and there. I've tried to keep out of most of them. My honest opinion is, and I've said this, if somebody is the other side of the world preaching that you should commit violence, that person is no good, right? Even if that person's got 40 or 50,000 subscribers, I don't care, or 300,000 subscribers. If they want to take back this country, they should be here, right? But if you guys are having a debate and having an argument, if you saw that person being kicked to death right in front of you, would you walk past that person, or would you go in and try and save that person? If the answer is you would try and save that person, I think there is argument there for you to actually try and make up for that with those people. You know, like I said this to a lot of people. I've genuinely said this to a lot of people. Yeah, no, I agree. It was. The fact that I think it was a bait stream. There was a lot of people in that stream that were being coerced into talking about violence. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the reality of it. We're all one people. We're all one blood. Yeah, our culture and our country literally built what you see around you in the world, and we should build on that. We should honour their memory. You know, today, just down there, you know, they're honouring people that fought and died in 2 world wars. Yeah, they fought for good reasons. They were proper men, and we should honour their memory by making Britain great again, because it was. Britain stopped child slavery. Britain did so many things. The world is a better place because of the British Empire. Shit bus. They ended slavery before everybody else did. It's a fantastic, fantastic memory. It's a fantastic culture to be a part of, and we are a long line of fantastic people. We need to build on that. But yeah, I've waffled on enough, guys. Honestly, massive appreciation to every single one of you.
The arrest was because of his speech about grooming gangs. It was an arrest, mate.
What, one of our lot?
Yeah, no, because of what he'd said about grooming gangs, but I'm unsure of what he'd said.
Okay, that's a shame. That's a shame. Take care, everybody, guys. Honestly, have a great day.
Must be a damn good book, Hogan.
Shakespeare, sir.
Another effing edit. Another warning. Oh well. That was GST, guys. Should be subscribed to him. No, I'm not back. I only came online when I saw GST was online, and he had a few people watching. I thought, well, perhaps if I restream over here, might get a few people to look at it, bring GST to other people's attention so they can go and subscribe to him. Ah, there's GST now. Hope you didn't mind me restreaming, brother. I just, you done a fantastic job, and that debate was superb. I listened to every word of it. Truly excellent. I wish I'd started streaming it earlier. Anyhow, I'll edit the title and put it out. Well done, GST. You've done an absolutely fantastic job. Okay. What do I do now? Well, I've got a video to upload. Vindicator's got a great video out today, a great video. It was that good, I thought I'd use a part of it and then link into some ideas on a general strike. Yeah, it was an interesting debate. He argued his corner well. I'm glad you handled it extremely well, I thought. you acknowledge when he made a good point, and that, yeah, English Last said it, that's the way a debate should be. That's the way a debate should be. Not shouting at each other or insulting each other. Although I must confess, I don't mind a shouting match now and again. Right. Okay, by GST, I'll be closing down shortly also. Oh, well, I'll have to play Kirsty's song then, won't I? We'll have to play that. Oh, Kev's got a new song out. Oh, yeah, go on then. We'll have this for a laugh.
Louder, you wankers!
This one's for every bloke who's made a terrible decision! There was thunder when we met. I was taking my dog to the vet. Your lipstick missed your bloody face. Looked like you'd lost the fight with Mace. You felt like pickled onions, love, mixed with something dead above. You grabbed my arm and gave a tickle. She smelled like a bloody pickle.
I should have run, I should have fled, but all good sense.
I left my head. Why did I say yes? Oh, what the hell possessed me? Why did I say yes? Oh, somebody arrest me.
You walked into the restaurant,
Only wearing your vest.
half the pub burst into tears,
The other half left. You laughed so hard your teeth fell out. Picked them up without a doubt. Dropped them in my pint of soap. Gags absolutely bloody minging. You winked and said they'll be alright. Then nicked my chips and started a fight. Every warning bell, every flashing light. But I still thought it might be alright. Why did I say yes? Oh, what the hell possessed me? Why did I say yes? Oh, somebody arrest me. You called my mom your future mom before we'd even paid. The waiter crossed himself and everybody prayed. Hey, 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 worst thing ever. You moved in after date number 2. 12 mad cats and a cockatoo. Your ex turned up, just shook my hand, said, mate, you'll understand. Then he legged it down the road. Didn't even take his coat. Fastest runner I've ever seen. Should've known what that would mean. Why did I say yes? Why did I say yes? Oh, I'm sleeping in the shed now. Why did I say yes? Oh, she shaved the bloody cat now. Every day's another nightmare. Every day's insane. Yet somehow I still love her. Someone check my brain. She still smells like pickled onions. Still scares all the neighbors. Still drinks all my lager. Still pinches all my chips. Never let your dog choose who you're dating.
No, Mel, you shouldn't say that. You should go to all live streams, anywhere where you can learn information. You can usually pick up something of use there. No, shouldn't just isolate yourself to one live stream. Anyhow, let's have a song for Kirsty and then I'll close down. Okay, I've got a video I want to put out. Since I've closed the live streams, I've saved 5 hours a day. So you'll have noticed, or I'd like to think you've noticed, that there's been an increase of video output. Yeah, I'm getting more videos out. The live streams were literally destroying this channel. I know they are fun. I know you enjoy them. I enjoy them most of the time. Some days I didn't enjoy doing them, just didn't feel like it, didn't have the energy, didn't want to listen to the same arguments. Yeah, but 5 hours a day it was sucking up between the morning show and the evening show, and that wasn't sustainable. It was either the video side of it or the live stream side of it, and I didn't just want to be a live streamer. Anyhow, let's have Kev. That was a brilliant track you just made. Absolutely brilliant. Really liked it. I don't know if you've got any other new ones there. If not, this will be the last song, and then I'm going to go and upload that video that I've done about Vindicator. This is for Kirsty and her green hearts.
Hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Underneath the stars above, we're just kids in crazy love. When I see your smiling face, my whole world just falls in place. Every little touch you show sets my teenage heart aglow. I dream of you each night. Everything feels so right when you whisper low. Baby, don't you know, in your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, dancing in the pale moonlight. You're the girl that I adore. Whoa, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's talking for. Neon lights in the rain at night seem to call out your name. Teeny bop discs on the jukebox spinning, the whole place feels the same. Echoes of the sweet slow song drift along the avenue. Every record crackles soft, but all I hear is you. When you take my hand, baby, I understand. This is more than a summer flame. We'll never be the same. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, rocking through the night. You're the girl that I adore. Whoa, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's cheering for. Celebrate our names on the bleachers after the game. Pinky swear we'll never part. You got my jacket and my heart. Even when the summer's gone, we'll keep dancing to our song, young and wild and free. Just you and me. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in fire, dancing in the moonlight. Every girl that I adore. Hold me close, don't let me go. Teenage love like never before. Hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Sha-la-la, we'll always know. Neon hearts in the rain will glow.
Okay then, that was for Kirsty. You've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. See you when something big happens. Take care, look after yourself. Don't forget, aim high, vote low. Restore Britain, we'll win. Catch you on the next one.